Hi there, it's David Ostriker in beautiful Karmiel. It's Friday morning, the birds are noisy, everything else is pretty quiet. People are getting ready for Shabbos Tazria. But not just Shabbos Tazria, right? Shabbos HaChodesh, the Shabbos of the new month. And it is also the new month. Not just a new month, but the new month. It is New Year's Day. What do I mean? Today is Rosh Chodesh Nisan. The first day, Aleph Nisan, the first day of the month of Nisan, which is actually the first month in the calendar. You're going to tell me Rosh Hashanah is New Year's Day. It's the first day of the seventh month. We'll talk about that more at another time. But I want to talk about these issues. But first, I want to send out a very heartfelt happy birthday to my Rav David. Today is his birthday, and it is also celebrated as the birthday of Jewish kings. Jewish kings celebrate their reign on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the anniversary of their reign, their birthday. Parsha Tazria I'm going to speak about briefly because I want to go into the other elements of the day as well. It's about a spiritual skin problem, often badly mistranslated as leprosy, but it isn't. It's not connected with leprosy. It is a whitening of the skin. And it comes from certain things involving either envy or lashon hara, scandalous speech, improper speech, evil speech. Miriam is struck with it, the sister of Moshe, when she says things that seem inappropriate in the Midbar, and she suffers from it for 7 days. Moshe asks that she be healed, and she is. It says that this disease strikes in 3 different ways. Initially, on the walls of a house. Later, on clothing, and finally, on a human being itself. Now, my wife notes that after this rainy season, I have to tell you, you get up in the morning at this time of year, and it looks like the grass has grown 3 inches overnight. Everything is dark green and lush and growing and flowering. The birds are very busy picking off whatever they can get to eat. It's a spectacular time in this country, I have to tell you. And it's a result of the rainy season. And this rainy season was the rainiest in, I think, 16 years. It looks like the Kinneret will be full up by the time the snow melts, which is almost unheard of at this point. It's great news. It's not such good news for those people with arthritis, but it's very good news overall for Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel. Right, the crow agrees. Okay. But with the rain comes a strange, the rain is plenty. The rain is a sign of good news at this time of year. But with the rain comes something that comes to almost everybody in Israel. A new word for you, ovish. Ovish. Ovish is mold that comes on the walls of a house and also on other things like clothing and stuff like that. Now, it's not tsaras, but it is a warning, I guess, about what tsaras once was, perhaps for all of us. I don't know. I know that the result of tsaras on the walls of a house in ancient times was that a Jew had to empty his house of everything in order to deal with it and to remove it, which meant that he made public all of his private things, at that time. And lo and behold, this time of year, people are hanging out everything to dry after 3 months of wetness and dampness to get rid of the ovish. Not the tsaras, the ovish, right? So maybe just as we're not at a level that we once were in terms of Kedusha, we're also not at that level of impurity that brought on tsaras as well. I don't know. It's something to think about. Okay, let's move on to the unique things about this particular Shabbos in this particular year. Right? So, this celebrates the first mitzvah that the Jews as a nation were given upon leaving Egypt, right? And it was the control of time. That is to say, when and how to declare a new lunar month. Right? Because when you know when the lunar month is, you know when the holiday is. Right? If you don't know when the month begins, you can't tell when the 14th of the month is and when to have your Seder, for instance, this month. So this decision of declaring a new month was actually in the hands of the Sanhedrin and a small group of the Sanhedrin who were experts on the subject. And they would declare a new month, and it would be sent out throughout the world, throughout the Jewish world, one way or another. The story of it is actually very amazing, but again, not within the scope of this little vort. But it gives the Jew, in a sense, control of time by being able to declare the new month. And the lesson of it from my Rav, right, is one should always know that the first thing given by God to the Jewish people was this element of time, number one, and number two, that it is the very most valuable thing you can have. That gold and silver and diamonds you may make and you may lose and you may make again. Time, when it's lost, never returns. And so you should value it uniquely. It's very important. There's another element of time. And this refers also to the nature of Rosh Chodesh, which comes every month. But Rosh Chodesh Nisan is very, very special, right? It's so special that that's how kings date their reign, as I said. It's a birthday of kings and of my Rav. Rosh Chodesh Nisan is the first day of the first month. And it's the renewal of the moon. In fact, the renewal of the year. And so what did we learn from this? We learned that great gifts, like Torah, which was given to us thousands of years ago, right, can become commonplace and mundane as time goes on. When the moon fell every day, did people see it as a miracle or as an expectation? You know, when the sun rises every day, we don't see it as a miracle. We expect it to happen. We have Torah for generations upon generations. So, okay, we learn it today, we learn it tomorrow. What's the big deal? No, it is a big deal, right? HaChodesh, Rosh Chodesh, the head of the month, right, is the same word as Chadash. Chadash is new, right? And so you need to know that the world is recreated moment by moment by God. Moment by moment by God, it's recreated. And that means that it's fresh. Just as I look around me and the grass is fresh and the trees are fresh and the fruit is fresh, it's not fresh just because it grew today. It's fresh because the whole universe is recreated moment to moment. And Rosh Chodesh and Shabbos Chadash is to remind us that the gift of Torah, the gifts from Hashem himself, right, are not gifts that are given at one time on Sinai, but are given every moment, and they are to be cherished and learned and loved as if it is a new gift that has just been presented to you. And on that thought, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. The Shabbos should be a new gift to you, and you should enjoy it with pleasure. Take a little break from preparing for Pesach and just enjoy the Shabbos on its own. Shabbat Shalom from David Ostriker in Karmiel.